So welcome to the Postgraduate Open Day at the University of Cambridge and at Fitzwilliam College. Just to introduce the team that is here from the college to speak to you and to answer any questions that you might have. I'm Bhaskar Veera. I'm graduate tutor at the college. With me are Sue Free, who's graduate officer, Susie Sherdan, who's the graduate assistant, and one of our current PhD students, Harkirat Kalsi. Uh, and it is really nice to see so many of you here. We're hoping that we'd be able to address some of the questions that you might have about the processes involved with applying for postgraduate study at Cambridge, as well as the role of colleges within the Cambridge structure, um, which really is where I want to start by asking, by addressing the question about where colleges fit within the structure of Cambridge as a university. Cambridge is one of a few collegiate universities, and you, in addition to joining the university as a member, also get membership of a college as part of the Cambridge experience. You become a member of one of 31 different colleges, and in some senses, those are micro communities within the larger university of which you're a part. For postgraduate studies, the fundamental decision about admissions is made at the faculty or departmental level. So you apply for a course or a program of postgraduate study at the faculty, but in addition to that, you would also be a member of a Cambridge college. Um, these are smaller communities. They range in size, and we'll talk a little bit more about Fitzwilliam in a minute, but you have a student body ranging from somewhere at like 400 undergraduate and postgraduates living together to at the higher end, maybe about 1,000. So these are smaller sub-communities, both residential and scholarly sub-communities within the wider Cambridge community. And you have obviously links with the Department of Faculty where you're doing a lot of your postgraduate work, but you also have links with this additional collegiate-based community. So people often, postgraduate and undergraduate students, live in or around college accommodation, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. We also conduct a lot of our activities together. Those are scholarly activities like conferences and workshops, as well as socialize, eat, and work together. They are interdisciplinary communities because we admit students studying a wide range of subjects. So one of the real beauties of the collegiate life is that you can be living with or working with or eating with people from very different disciplines to your own. So there's lots of opportunities for interaction across those subject boundaries. And of course, you have a peer group of people at the same stage of your own academic career, whether it's a postgraduate master's degree or a postgraduate doctoral degree, as well as support in terms of welfare and pastoral support, people who are looking out as mentors, as people available to support you. So there's a range of us who perform this function as tutors, which helps with some of the wider support networks that you have in Cambridge. Fitzwilliam has a sort of strong history in relation to both its postgraduate students as well as in relation to broadening opportunities for students to study at Cambridge. We were founded originally as a non-collegiate institution, which allowed undergraduates who couldn't afford to pay the membership fees of a college to have access to education at Cambridge. We were one of the first colleges to admit postgraduate research students, allowing people who hadn't done a previous degree at Cambridge to come to Cambridge to do a PhD. We were based in a different part of Cambridge and then moved to our present site in 1963, and we became a full college in 1966. We're currently based in an area which used to be the grounds of an old house called the Grove, but that house is right at the center of our postgraduate community because it houses our postgraduate common room, which is also called the MCR, which I'll talk about briefly in a minute. Those are just a few images, but really college life is centered around the college and its grounds, its gardens, its library, a number of lovely facilities that we have to offer. but I guess more strongly the sense of community that characterizes the college as a whole. I've just taken a selection of images of people, benefiting from that wide range of opportunities and facilities. People do end up finding it a community that they feel that they belong to very strongly, and have friends who last through their lifetime. Um, a lot of the life of postgraduates centers in the middle combination room or the middle common room. Um, and we have a proud plaque which says that the Fitzwilliam College MCR is the oldest graduate community in the university. Uh, the MCR itself has a range of activities to suit all sorts of people and all sorts of events, both social, academic, sporting, musical. There's a whole range of things that people do within the MCR community. And Harkirat is part of the MCR committee and will be, I'm sure, happy to elaborate a little bit on that. I think our MCR webpage also gives you a flavor of the kinds of things that we get up to. The image on the right is the postgraduate conferences that we organize, where postgraduates get an opportunity to present their research to each other and to others in the college. And these take place on a regular basis, and are a great opportunity for people to present uh, to an interdisciplinary audience. The college also offers a range of specific support and funding. We've got grants for things like travel, as well as for academic related expenses, and also have a few fully funded studentships, one for the PhD, three fully funded studentships for postgraduate master's degrees, and lots of part cost scholarships that we use in conjunction with other scholarship providers. Uh, the web link provides you with a link to where some of that is detailed. Most of these scholarships are awarded on academic criteria, academic merit, but you can read the details when you look at the website, and we'd be happy to take questions as well. I just wanted to end our brief presentation, just with a few images that we've been sharing on our social media sites in the last few days, leading towards this postgraduate open day. These are just images that feature some of our postgraduate students talking about their favorite space at college. And I thought just ending with a few of those quick snapshots might be a really nice way to end. So their little profiles. This is Sana Kidwai. She's a second year PhD student in linguistics. Her favorite space is the green room, which is a reading room, a study room above the MCR, and people use it as a place where they can work and study. So that's her favorite space. The gardens I've already mentioned. You've seen some images. This is Rahul talking about the gardens. Most recently, we had a huge number of pumpkins out in the gardens to mark the arrival of Halloween. But the gardens have really, unique flavors in every season of the year. Uh, Megan's doing an MPhil in criminology, and she loves the Grove lawns. The Grove I've already mentioned is the old house whose grounds that we're based in. Um, This is Leo, who's doing an MPhil in public policy. We have a lovely library embedded within the college grounds, which provides study spaces for students. It's got a lovely spiral staircase. So I think that photograph is taken by Leo looking up the spiral staircase. Rowing is a big part of student sport in Cambridge. This is Ellie, who's a PhD student in plant sciences, and her favorite place is the boathouse, where she enjoys both rowing and watching the sunrise and sunset. And I think finally, this is another space that's widely used by students, both postgraduate and undergraduate. We've got a cafe in the college, and Naomi is talking about how the cafe is a really nice place for people to hang out as well as to do some work. So I hope those sort of very quick images gave you some flavor of what life in college feels like.